say every color is beautiful.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
don't have to go extra. Just take care of yourself. And someone that is drawn to that type of color will come to you. Just be healthy. You see some people in the bid to grow fair, you now get burnt because it wasn't done properly. You damage a lot of things.
You are rubbing eggs. I grew up seeing ladies rub Tura soap, this medicated soap. There was actually a case where this girl rubbed Tura soap and left it like for 2 days or so. And by the time she washed it off, her face was wrinkled. She had patches.
Issues. I'm a woman. Everybody wants to have a partner, or you attract someone in their lives, and you say, I need to go fair to attract these people. So maybe is it true that confidence can make
So
you sound
all that. Hello, precious people. Welcome to RAF Table Talk Podcast. Our goal is to transform mindset through meaningful conversations. Our guest today is Chizaram Amara Uche Chukwu, a distinguished professional with a solid foundation in pharmaceutical science. She is a recognized expert in cosmetic science and a highly accomplished researcher. Most notably, she recently presented her groundbreaking research on cosmeceuticals at the prestigious 82nd International Pharmaceutical Federation World Congress held in Cape Town, South Africa. It's an honor to have her on the podcast to share her insight and expertise. Once again, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. We want to discuss very deep issues today. And, there's a condition called dysmorphia, where people have this fear, they have this mental condition about their appearance, their skin. I remember when I was growing up, I was always very uncomfortable with even my height. I was uncomfortable with many things, and people have this condition. And there's actually a disorder called body dysmorphic disorder, which affects over 2.4% of the population. And it's a serious psychiatric condition. Unfortunately, this condition has pushed many people to the extreme measures to alter their appearance. For instance, the Brazilian butt lifts, the BBL, have tragically claimed the lives of many young women. We have also heard of shocking stories of women using products like Hypo and Relaxer on their skin to appear fairer. Some even go to the extent of even injecting industrial chemicals like formalin, used for disinfecting and preserving dead bodies, into their skin to achieve a lighter tone. And people are going to alarming lengths in the name of beauty. As a cosmetic scientist, can you shed more light on the potential harm that these popular skincare products might be causing to our skin?
Okay. So, well, when you use such products, there's something called melanin, what gives us our pigments, our color, the color of our skin, and it's produced by melanocytes. So when you use such products, you inhibit the production of melanin, and this melanin is the number one agent on your skin to prevent your skin from absorbing UV rays from the sun, which are known to cause skin cancer. Yeah, so when you use such products, you're just exposing yourself to cancer, especially caused by UV rays from the sun, because the melanocytes and the melanin absorbs those harmful rays.
Okay, so but if you look at how people are going to the extent of using chemicals like formalin, people just this obsession to really have lighter tones. These are serious chemicals. These are used to preserve dead bodies. What do you have to say about that? Those kind of adventure that most ladies are going into,
I, I,
just to
would,
look beautiful.
I would say it's detrimental because, nothing is constant, and researches are ongoing, and I know such substances can affect important organs in the body, maybe the liver, because if they are detoxified or excreted from maybe the liver, the kidney, so and they are harmful, they can affect the cells of those organs and other tissues. Yes, so it's highly detrimental.
So I hear you talk about the liver. So what we rub on our bodies can affect our liver.
So when you apply some of these things on your skin, they are absorbed into the systemic circulation, which is the blood, and some for it to be taken away from the system, there are excretion pathways. It could be the kidney, it could be the liver. Yes, sometimes it's excreted through sweat also. So, but all in all, they are harmful. They can affect other organs and tissues and cells, not just the skin.
That means we need to pay extra attention to what we are rubbing on our bodies, the perfume. Like I have an attitude of, you know, putting perfumes all over my body. And so does that have effect to my kidney, to my liver?
Yeah, we can't say because these are chemicals and they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. You can't say where it's going and where it's not going. Uh-huh. So yeah, it's always good to check what you're using. Like recently, I had some people in the US were asking for Kellogg to stop using artificial colors to color their products because some of these things, when they are synthesized, they might have some detrimental effects that make someone to come down with other diseases and cancer, because cancer is on the rise and researchers are still ongoing to get a cure for them. So one just have to be careful while
So
you.
talking about yeah, so talking about Kellogg's, I think the protest was about the artificial dye that they put on their food products. So most of the drugs I think that we're taking, and even most of the food products that we buy from the supermarket, have this artificial dye. So artificial dye, how does it affect our health? Are they all helpful? Because some of these products, when you go to supermarkets, like Kellogg's, the cornflakes, the cereals, they look so beautiful, different colors, different variety, and sometimes we're attracted to this color. And just recently, I realized that most of them are artificial dyes. Even some of the drugs that we take, the artificial dyes. So, what's the health implications of having these artificial dyes in our system?
So, like I said, research is ongoing. Research is something that will keep on happening and happening and happening. For instance, like you mentioned, when these things were discovered, maybe they weren't known to be detrimental or have negative sides or cause side effects. So it's ongoing. Maybe when you do post marketing surveillance is when the products are being pushed into the markets and there are safety issues, safety concerns. Oh, I took this is this, and we check. Oh, we call it for drugs. We call them adverse drug reactions, and we check. Okay, what can cause this kind of harm to this patient? Is it normal? Is it abnormal? What is it, the active ingredients or is it the excipient? What would have caused it? So safety studies are done. So this is how after the safety studies, oh, it cannot be so particular chemical or substance is not good for your body because of documented safety studies that was done. So researches are ongoing. I wouldn't say like when someone starts using something, the excitement, but sometimes people come down with something and it's investigated and yeah, now find that okay, okay, that's not good. For instance, um, when we're talking about clean beauty right now, clean beauty are beauty products or skin products or whatever products that do not have this overly synthetic or synthetic ingredients.
Ingredients, yeah.
Yes, for instance, recently parabens, the methyl paraben and the paraben group, you know, was said to cause cancer, yeah. So it was uh encouraged to be discontinued as used as preservative in any product or whatever you want to use it for because it's been said to cause cancer. So I know when it was discovered, maybe there was no backing to it, but maybe with time, researches have been done and they are found to be not to be okay to be used by humans.
Okay. And you spoke about Melanie, and I was heard that the king of pop, late Michael Jackson, he had a condition called vitiligo. So it makes me curious, how important is melanin when it comes to our health and the function of our skin? I just shed more light on that. You spoke about it.
Yeah, melanin is very important. Melanin is what makes gives you your color. And what is vitiligo? Vitiligo is when where some parts of your body does not have that melanin, the pigment. You see white patches. Whatever is causing it is not clear yet, but it's claimed to be like your immune system attacking the melanocytes. So melanocytes are what produce melanin that gives you your skin color. So vitiligo is where maybe some part of your face is white, some is black or brown, or you won't have the total color of your skin. Yeah. So that's vitiligo. And when some people is normal, like you talked about dysmorphia, right?
Yeah.
So people like to look good because we are appreciated because of the way we look or we come across. That's why they said always try to look your best.
Yeah.
I imagine when maybe I have vitiligo, one part of my face is white and the other one is this color. If I've not trained myself to accept that condition, I'll be feeling somehow when we're in social gatherings and all that. I'll be feeling less than
That's
myself. And so, majorly, what it does to people that have not come to realize or come to the acceptance of this condition is it affects their self esteem. Yeah.
And I think it's actually about self-esteem. I hear you. There's this social pressure to look good, to be accepted, to be affirmed, to be validated. But I think for some people, it has really become so extreme. It has really become a mental issue because there are some people that are going to the extreme, like using formerly, doing all this cosmetic surgery, and they actually look okay. So I think sometimes people have identity dissonance where their identity is not well rooted. For me, how I was able to escape dysmorphia is when I had a strong identity and I had to accept the way God has created me. When my identity now becomes rooted in God, I just have to accept the way I am and I'm comfortable with the way I am. Looking good is good, but I think just put out there that sometimes people need to accept the way that God has created them instead of going the extra mile just to meet up with social pressure. Anyway, the skin is often called the largest organ of the body, yet many of us take it for granted. So, what's one thing you wish everyone understand about the skin?
Mm. Yeah. It's the first line of defense. It protects your body from other harmful invaders. Okay, the skin naturally has its own microbiome, what we call microbiome, safe microorganisms on the skin that protects it from those other ones that might want to come in and cause infection or issues in your body. So it's usually the first line of defense for the body. That's the skin. And whatever we put on our skin is absorbed into the bloodstream, into the systemic circulation, as we call it. So it doesn't just end topically, it's absorbed. It depends, like, well, it depends on what needs to be achieved. Assuming you have some of the serious skin disorders that need to be treated, not from because the skin has different layers. You have the epidermal layer, the dermal layer, and the other layer. The derma after the epidermis is the dermis. So yeah. So and the dermis it could enter into the bloodstream, whatever you're applying on it. Yeah. So it's very important. It's our first line of defense.
First line of defense. People need to pay more attention to skincare.
Yes, I think people should because we were created by a being, let's say God, and I don't think he's not wise or he's stupid because some of these natural plants we have I've seen our mothers in the olden days, use them. Their skin becomes smooth, shiny, radiant, and looks healthy. I think God puts those things in this, and people have discovered it to show us that it is paramount to take care of our skin. Some people will be at times some people say, "Oh, it's too cumbersome." It's not cumbersome. It's all total health. Just have to take care of yourself from inside out. Yes.
So can you give us an example of some of these natural plants that you maybe just one of
Okay,
the
I can remember. I can recall growing up. My grand auntie, that's my paternal grand father's sister. I know sometimes when we go to the village, she will rub this substance all over her skin from head to toe and leave it after some while. She'll get it her bath and she'll be shining. Yeah, that's one. And the substance is red in color, you know. And we'll just be wondering, as kids, being inquisitive. Then my dad, who is also a professor of pharmacy and majored in my field too, is like you can call us pharmaceutical engineers. Yeah. So I used to ask him then because I'm one that loves people looking good. I like when I see you look good, you're healthy, you're good. So I became inquisitive to know what it was. Then my dad told me. Then Shabata, my maternal grandmother, that was what informed my final year project because as a pharmacist,
yeah.
in my final year, I did dermatology creams with shea butter because I was looking at my maternal grandmother who at that time in her 70s, she's still alive now, 90s. You don't see those wrinkles still on her skin, yes. So I was,
You're tracing it back to what she was using.
yes, because I was inquisitive because I was always around her, I loved her. She always tells me stories, all those ancient stories. So, and I always observe her. So one day I now thought to myself, if she's at this age, she doesn't have all this rough skin, no wrinkles, and what is she using? So I started observing her, and I noticed that her cream or whatever she rubs is in a small container. So when I now asked her, Mama, what are you rubbing? She said, shea butter. Wow. So I now thought to myself, okay, yeah, in its crude state, everybody might not like it. So
Yeah.
how can we harness this power of nature and make it more presentable and more acceptable for people to use? So that was what informed my final year project. And the then external supervisor then said, do it in master's, do it in PhD. So I'm majoring in drug production and quality assurance, and I'm narrowing it down to this now because as a student of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, about to finish this year by God's grace. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just interested in cosmetics or cosmeceuticals. Yeah.
So I've used your product. They're really good. I've seen the difference. Good product. And I think we should give thanks to your auntie, your grandma, who have pushed more into research and to get those natural quality ingredients so that we can have a more healthier skin. All right. So for those who have damaged their skin with maybe harsh products or treatments in the name of beauty, is there hope? What's the first step to healing, both physically and emotionally? Because it affects them even emotionally when you're not confident about your skin.
Okay. There is hope. Um, no skin color is bad. I know that in our climb, I think it's the social or peer pressure. It looks as if fair people are more attractive than dark people. Or some men make it like that, look like that, fair is more attractive. But I think God also balanced it. There are some men that like dark women and all that. So what I will just tell everybody is take care of your skin. Your skin can shine. For instance, a little experiment. If you mix honey and sugar a bit and use it as a facial scrub, when you wash it off, your face will be shiny. That's good. If you could get it to that level, you'll be attractive. That shine will draw people to you. So, and it's safe. Honey is a natural product. You can use sugar as a mechanical exfoliant to remove And another thing, when you don't take care of your skin over time, your dead skin cells pile up and your color, your complexion become dull. And then you now say, oh, no. So if it's something that if you had been exfoliating using scrubs to scrub your face, at least homemade scrub at least, they work. Those natural things, maybe you add lemon. Some people, I remember my mom growing up, she'll mix honey, sugar, and egg white and rub all over our skin and leave it after some time and wash it up. And will become shiny. I think when she had time, she used to do it once a week for us every month. Then, at least she taught me that. So I think it runs with the blood thing, like looking good and all that. And the research I presented at Cape Town, South Africa,
Yeah.
is a continuation of my final year research 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because when I was doing, I had to get the shea kernels and extract the oil myself. So while I was working, I noticed that it was doing something to our old table that soap couldn't do. So I had to call my dad because I'm a professor's child. So I grew up in the university. So I did my research at home, like the some part of it. So I had to call my dad and say, Dad, come and see what this thing is doing to this table. He said, okay, note down your processes very well. Like he now in my house there are different colors, skin colors. He now said, okay, rub it on this person, rub it on that person, and time it differently and tell them to wash up. And when they did, everybody was shiny and so that was what informed the research I did in my part one.
Okay.
That I presented in Cape Town. So what I'm trying to say, every color is beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have to go extra. Just take care of yourself. And someone that is drawn to that type of color will come to you. Just be healthy. You see some people in the beach to grow fair. You now get burnt because it wasn't done properly. You damage a lot of things.
Same damaged skin. You usually grew up, you saw where you grew up, they were rubbing eggs. I grew up seeing ladies rub Tura soap, this medicated soap. There was actually a case where this girl rubbed Tura soap and left it like for 2 days or so. And by the time she washed it off, her face was wrinkled. She had patches. It was horrible. It almost took her like forever for her skin to return back to normal. And it will amaze you how many people are going through those kind of, okay, for instance, people who are mixing Hypo and relaxer. But it's for them only like for formalin. So these people, some of them emotionally they are damaged because they've not understand that it's not just outer beauty that we need to project, but also have inner beauty. So
okay, I just want to say something. You're a man because we are all women. There are sometimes you doubt yourself, self-esteem issues if you do not overcome it, right? But I was listening to something recently and they say confidence. If you're a confident woman, it makes you attractive. That men like confident women. And yeah, I'm throwing the question back to you now because how true is that? But that's when you say emotional issues. I'm a woman. Everybody wants to have a partner, or you attract someone in their lives, and you say, I need to go fair to attract these people. So maybe if is it true that confidence can make
so
you sound
all that thoughts.
okay?
We'll take a break and we'll come back and analyze that.
All right, thank you.
Healthy skin is not just about appearance, it's a reflection of self-care, confidence, and the love you give to the body that God has blessed you with. That is why I make it a point to use Speckles soap every day. With Speckles product, you can say goodbye to harsh chemicals and hello to premium skincare. These products have been crafted with the highest quality ingredients to nourish, repair, and bring out your natural glow. Ready to try this product? Visit specklesbeauty.com and use the code RAFTurboTalk at the checkout for an exclusive 10% discount. Welcome back from our short break. Now, back to your question. All right, so I'll just give you my own perspective about your observation. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There are men that love very confident women. There are men that love maybe feminine, because there's masculine confidence, there's feminine confidence. I don't think most men will not want a woman who's so masculine. Yeah. So, and then when you talk about the complexion, there are men that love their ladies fair, there are men that love their ladies black, chocolate. So beauty actually is in the eyes of the beholder. And I believe that wherever you find yourself, there's somebody who appreciates you and love you the way they are. There are people that love their ladies so slim. There are some that love their ladies very big, and fat. So people have different preference. And I think it would be better for people to appreciate you and love you for who you really are. Because if you are living a lie, your complexion is a lie, your hair is a lie, your body shape is a lie, everything about you is a lie. So that means anybody who has fallen in love with you has fallen in love with a lie. But that's not who you really are. So
You have to keep up with that lie.
I have to keep up with that lie. So I think it's when you're authentic, it's better because most times people, there are ladies maybe that are drawn to attachment. But I think being authentic is better than attachment because when you are looking for attachment, and that is why most times relationships don't last, because once I get attached to you, your authentic self will surface in the relationship or in the marriage. And then we have a problem because you can't really hide from who you are. So you're faking your confidence, you're faking everything about you. Eventually, you'll be found out. So I always advise that you should gravitate more towards being authentic. And if there are just few people who love you the way they are, those are your real people. It may not be everybody, but if just few people, and there will always be somebody who love you the way you are. You may not be famous, you may not be on the magazine, but there's always somebody that will appreciate you the way you are. So my take on that question is that let us try to be authentic. If you're fair, thank God you're fair. If you're dark, if you're chocolate, appreciate God. Thank God for your skin. Because I'll tell you something. There is a man for every color.
Yeah.
There is a man for every shape. And most times, men are looking for peace, and most matured men are looking for somebody who will give them a peace of heart. So they gravitate more towards inner beauty. So my advice is that we should not so much go looking for attachment, but we should gravitate, first of all, for being authentic. Because when you are authentic and the right person comes, then you're not going to have problem in that relationship. But if you go towards attachment and then you meet that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, then eventually who you really are will suffer. As I was watching a clip of a guy who called 911 after he got married. He called 911 the first day in his marital home. He woke up in the morning, went to use the bathroom, and when he got back, he did not recognize the person on the bed. And he called 911 that there's a stranger in my house. There's a woman, I don't know where this woman is. And then the person, the lady, I was a woman that was speaking to him over the phone. I said, you know what I want you to do is go back into, he asked him that, has your wife gone to the bathroom to refresh herself? He said, no. So, okay, here's my advice. Go back to the bed and sleep. When your wife goes to the bathroom and refresh herself, you see the woman that you actually married. So to avoid situations like that, I would advise people to be authentic with themselves. Look at the movie screen, Hollywood. You see very dark ladies who have been loved by the world. Very, very dark. When I mean dark, I can't remember their names, not coming to head, but people love them the way they are. So I think we should have for me, what has helped me is that I had my identity rooted in Christ, in God. And that has given me confidence that this is how God has created me. And if God is happy with the way I am, then why should I bother about what people think about me? So if you have identity dissonance, if you don't have a strong identity, then that is when you would notice that you're so concerned about how people see you. You're so concerned about affirmation from other people, social acceptance. You're so scared of social rejection. But I think that we should come to the point where we'll accept ourselves. We should first of all like ourselves before anybody likes you on Facebook. And if you can have that such a strong identity, then using your products, using natural products, it just brings out that natural glow. I will advise, let's use product that just bring out your natural glow. Don't go and bleach your skin. If you have a fair skin, use your product, for example, like your products that you have, that just bring out your natural glow. Don't change your color. Don't change, things like that. Just be authentic. That's my, I don't know if I was able to make
That's right.
sense.
Yeah, that made a whole lot of sense. Like when we say people love them skinny, big, but I think the greatest love is when someone loves you for your character. Because I'm not making everything look centered around my family, but I remember when we were growing up, my dad said when he saw my mom, even though she was skinny, that he knew she would add weight, and he made up his mind to love her when she's skinny, when she's big, or in the mid. I think that's the greatest form of love, because if you're loving me that I'm skinny today, assuming
Happens.
what happens when maybe I give birth or something happens, I add weight, a disorder comes on, are you still going to love me? So I think the greatest form of love is that which is based on character, the things people can measure,
Yeah.
your personality. And I'm not saying people should lose guard and not take care of
No,
themselves.
they should take it.
You should take care of yourself. Like we are encouraging our listeners right now. It's not about your skin color, but taking care of yourself. You can see a dark person that is shining from afar. You are drawn to the person because the person is taking care of herself on himself. So it all boils down to taking care of what God has given you.
Yeah, and healthy skin is not just about your appearance.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of your self care,
Yeah.
confidence, and loving the body that God
God
has
has
given
given.
to you. God has entrusted you with this body. It is your duty to take care of it. It's a gift, so take care of it. Take the right food, use the right cream. I mean, like you said, there are natural ingredients, plants that God has planted to preserve us so that we can age gracefully.
Gracefully.
And that brings me to this. My late mom, God bless her memory, always scolded me for my obsession with hot water. I had this obsession. I like taking my bath with very hot water. And she always tells me that hot water will make you age quick. It will wrinkle your skin. And now my wife has taken over too. She's constantly telling me, I'm always looking for hot water. So I just want to get some advice from you since you have studied the science of behind skincare. What's your advice for aging gracefully? Why keeping our skin healthy? What can we do to ensure that we take good care of our bodies? We age gracefully. You don't wrinkle before the time of wrinkle. Because I prefer.
Get 100 without wrinkling.
Thank you. So
Bye.
I think there's a way you can take care of yourself. So that you're not 40 years old, you're looking like 60. You're 50, you're looking like 80. You see some people, they're not even 60 yet, and
Yeah, look
they're already old. So how can we just, first of all, hot water? Does it would it wrinkle my skin before my
I've not done that research, but when you check most literature or people giving advice, they will say use lukewarm water because it's in the middle. And I think something too hot is not good. For instance, when you eat very hot food at times, it can affect burn your tongue, even burn your throat because you want to get rid of that catarrh or something. Let me just drink it hot. Something too hot is not good. So that's why it's advised to use at least lukewarm water. It's in between. Some people may not be able to take the cold water. Some people might put it on. Okay, like my mom, she doesn't use cold water or hot water. She uses lukewarm water. That was what worked for her skin that time because she had overly sensitive skin.
Okay.
Yeah, some people when they use extreme hot water, it's believed that your wrinkling is not good. Just like when you fire burns you now, you're spoiling the skin. So some lukewarm water. Yes.
Okay, so please, I want to see, I'm taking my notes. Please teach us what advice as a cosmetic scientist, how can we take care of our skin? As we are rounding up this podcast, I just want you to teach us. How can we ensure, like, you had an auntie grandma who at the age of 90s was still looking good. There must be some secret to it. Not just what you're rubbing, maybe even the things that you take. So if you can just educate us on how we can take care of our skin so that we can age gracefully.
Okay, number one, it all boils down. I will start with healthy living. Health when your lifestyle is healthy, everything around you becomes healthy. So first of all, like you said, the food you eat. Do you eat overly processed food, like some of us?
Yeah.
Do you drink excess soda drink and all that? So because those things have a way of making you blow up, you don't look healthy. You don't look healthy, and actually you're not healthy. So eating balanced diet. I'm a fan of balanced diet. Eating at the right proportion. You have to have everything. I don't believe in eating only protein and no, because all those things have the function they play. Like when it comes to your brain metabolism, you need to have carbohydrate that helps the brain to function. So I would say eat balanced diet, the right proportion, balanced diet. Drink lots of water. It helps. It helps in your kidney health. It helps in flushing out toxins from your body, from your blood, and all that. So, eating healthy, balanced diet. Secondly, unfortunately for us, because of some of the harmful practices we've been doing, according to the researchers, ozone layer has been depleted. So you have environmental stressors impacting on the skin. So like the harmful UV rays from the sun. So um use products that i- protect you from these harmful things or that can mop up those free radicals. And products rich in antioxidants that can take off these free radicals if they're on your skin surface, you know. Take care of yourself. A lot of like the healthy eating or something, if you're taking vitamins and everything, it also helps in mopping up those free radicals from environmental stresses. So yes, so you use products that can save you from environmental stressors.
So just to add, so if, for example, if we go buy a product, I guess from your research, are there certain chemicals we should be aware of? Because the most times the ingredients are written behind the product. I don't know, maybe the one or two chemicals that you think we should be careful when we see them in some products. I don't know.
I think if you Google, if you do your research online, check Google, there are some chemicals that have been banned, like that have been said not to be good to be in skin products. For instance, the parabens, and all that. So this information there on the net, if you check them, you will see. You can just also Google. Like I encourage people to, not every information on Google is right, but at least there are some, like if it's health, there are some sites that are authority when it comes to healthcare and healthy living. So when you check those sites, you'll see those things that have been banned from being used. They are quite published. Like when it comes to sunscreen, the FDA approved zinc oxide and titanium dioxide as a sunscreen agent. So these are the things that you check out for. If you're getting a sunscreen, does it have titanium dioxide or zinc oxide? So any product that has this two, you're good to go because FDA researchers and researchers have approved they are suitable for you. So I know that researches will be going on and all that to get more. Yeah.
So should women continue to inject themselves with formalin?
And I don't think it's the right thing to do because you're causing cellular damage. You're destroying yourself. When at some point, if a research could be done, some of those people that have done those things, I'm sure some of them might be living in regret. Some of them might have even died due to skin cancer. Some of them might have come down with another form of cancer we don't know that is not skin cancer. So, if what God puts in your body as a protection, you're altering it. So, what's going to protect you?
Mm.
So, that's the question.
Now, and those using bleach and hypo and relaxer to rub on their skin. I mean, I don't know.
They're all bad. They just want to achieve the same thing, inhibit melanin production. So you are still destroying that.
So it's the melanin that gives you the dark
The
color.
color, yes.
Color.
It's the pigments that gives you.
So for you to have that, to have that fairer complexion, you have to literally kill melanin.
Yes, but the dark people. You kill the melanocytes that produce the melanin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. So any other tips for us to?
Yeah, do exercises. Do exercises. Healthy eating. Uh, avoid some things like in some instances like this is smoking affects also skin health, maybe avoid such things, and generally living healthy lifestyle is good. Don't I'm an advocate of using products that are safe, and whether we call them herbal cosmetics or cosmeceuticals or whatever, I something from not everything from nature is safe.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I always like to put that safe natural ingredients. And from the research we've been doing, most of those plant extracts, they work holistically. You can't remove one and say the other. It might not be as good as it is. So at their little proportions, they all work in a synergistic way to give you something nice and still keep you healthy. I always tell people, like, I think I told you that too. When you blend juice or eat fruits, you
Yeah.
feel healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
When you feed your body, whether through your skin or what you eat, with what it was created with or from, you are doing it good. And as we age, some of these functions starts coming down. So you need to eat healthy, use products that augment skin function, vegetables, fruits, those rich in antioxidants, vitamins are antioxidants, so reaching all those things that can mop up those radicals, free radicals from your body. So when you use products that are known to have this plant extracts or whatever that helps replenish skin function, like balance your skin pH, nor it does not alter the skin microbiome, that is the microorganisms naturally found on your skin, then you're good to go. And you pray to God.
Thank you so much, thank you. So you've heard it. How to age gracefully is to just take good care of your natural complexion. Eat natural food, fruits, drink a lot of water, exercise, and avoid junk food.
Yes, and I also want to say, like sometimes there's something called hyperpigmentation due to excessive exposure to the sun. So sometimes, or some other things causing it. You can reduce your exposure to the sun or whatever that is causing that, but assuming you've come down with it, it could be treated with some ingredients at a particular concentration range that is not meant to be harmful to you, that have been certified to be okay. So I'm not saying that maybe because one or two things happened, one of your face is darker and that's from how we used to be, you can work on it. You can, if the exfoliating thing didn't remove some of those things. So there are chemicals or there are let me not say chemicals, there are ingredients used at a certain recommended concentration that can handle it and you still be okay.
And my heart goes to our Nigerian police officers. Most times they are under the sun, controlling traffic and trying to protect us, and just like what you're saying, so they're exposed. They have to be there. That's their job. That's their station. Because they don't have a choice. That's what they're paid for. Most times I see them under the hot sun for hours. And until it's time for them to be rotated, they have to be there.
Not just the sun, even on some under the rain.
Yeah. So, but talking about the sun, because of the damage that it can bring to the skin, how do you advocate? So, how can they manage because of the job that they have found? They have to be under the sun for as long as the force directs them to be there. What tips can you give them to protect themselves? Those kind of people
So
who have jobs that they
some protective measures, they should look for maybe products that have this sunscreen, a recommended sunscreen, and use it on on themselves. Yeah, those parts that are exposed. And if they can do, I don't know, something like a shade for them to not to be overly exposed to the sun. So
yeah, for some of them is, and some of them can even afford
some of this
the screen. So is there any natural, can shea butter do for them? What any natural
so that's another way. That's a research we can do.
yeah.
I can't say for sure because I've not done the research or I've not read that shea butter I've not done that. But there are plant extracts that have been proven to help you protect you from the sun. Just
Because my heart goes to the police officers. I see them under the sun. If maybe you can do a research to see how maybe there's some
natural thing.
yeah, that
Just
is the,
get that are not expensive. And it just rub. Yeah.
you can just rub or maybe even take just to help protect their skin.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I know there will be a plant, one or two out there that we've not discovered that might have this sun shielding ability. So research is ongoing. We keep researching. Like currently I'm researching with my bosses, so we're still researching. So maybe God being kind to us, we might discover it very soon.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I always have a final question that I'll ask. So, what impact do you want to be remembered for? What impact do you want to be remembered for?
Like I said, I love people looking good and healthy. I like both gender, like male, female. I love people looking good, children, everybody looking good. So, as a pharmacist, majoring in drug production and cosmeceuticals or herbal cosmetics, I want to be remembered for putting out products that help human lives, like make people healthy, make them achieve all they want to achieve. You look good, you feel confident, you go conquer the world. So I want to be remembered for that.
Thank you. So, how can you be contacted? Because I know people are watching and they want to contact you to get more advice, get your products, get your services. How can you be contacted?
Um, I could be reached on my through my Instagram, through my more reliable Instagrams. I wouldn't say Facebook because I'm hardly on Facebook, man.
So more on Instagram.
Yes, more on Instagram. You can send me a question or DM. I'll answer.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll come, sir.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Please subscribe and share.